Hey everyone, welcome back. In this week's video, we're continuing our 40-foot shipping container barn/workshop build. In last week's video, we actually put on this rough cut siding across the front of the container, and we're continuing putting siding on, wrapping all the way around the container in this week's video. Who's calling? Hello? No, I do not want that. No, thank you. I'm sure so many of y'all can relate to being in the middle of doing something that's mildly frustrating, only to get a spam call right in the middle of it, or a scam text. And well guys, today's sponsor, Aura, might be able to help you out with that. Recently, I've been getting so many scammers trying to text me and tell me that I've got a problem with a delivery and they want to get my information. A delivery that I didn't have. And I'm also wondering, how in the world do they even have my phone number? And that's because there's data broker sites selling your information, like your home address or your cell phone number, and that is very frustrating. So Aura shows you all of these data broker sites that are listing your information and gives you a very easy way to opt out of all of them without having to track them down yourselves. It's a very convenient way to significantly reduce the amount of spam calls you get, as well as the amount of scammers trying to reach out to you. This not only helps prevent those calls and texts, but also helps prevent hackers from being able to get useful information that could help them infiltrate a social media account, or even worse, a bank account. Plus, they offer many other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, even identity theft coverage, and more, all within one single app so that you don't have to go around downloading a whole bunch of different services. And best of all, it is super easy to set up, very affordable, and Aura is always on, doing the hard work protecting us and letting us get back to tasks that we care about doing with some peace of mind. We value our privacy and we also value your privacy. So if you want to check out Aura, you can go to aura.com/woodbrew, where you can get a 2-week free trial. You can also check the link in the description below. And thank you, Aura, for sponsoring this week's video and protecting us from all those pesky scammers and spammers. So let's get back into the build.
Arguably the worst part about this project, we have to move everything from one side of the container to the other so we can do the other side of the container.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, this is horrible.
Do not want to do this.
This is terrible.
I'm gonna need his help for the rest.
Remember this story stick we used a few episodes ago? Well, I still have it, and we're gonna use this to drill all the holes through the inside of the container so that we can mount our batten strips that go all the way around, and that's what we'll eventually mount our siding to. So we just line this thing up in the center of a corrugation, drill through, and they're all perfectly aligned, just like that. So now I have to sort of weasel my way to the back of the container, get around all the stuff that moved out of the way yesterday, and get started drilling again. Wow. We might get a new drill bit. Now just 5,000 more holes. One wall down. A whole much longer wall to go. I need Molly to help me put these battens on the corner before I continue, and she's actually inside doing some editing. So while she does that, I'm gonna go through our 2x2 battens here and sort through them and try to find the best ones and decide whether or not we have enough, and get them ready so that when she's ready, we can throw these on. Well, that didn't take long. She just texted me to come look at the edit. So maybe we'll be doing this together shortly.
Dylan, they just yelled fire out there.
Huh?
They're just yelling fire.
Oh goodness. Well, that was an afternoon. That's one way to spend your day. We just fought a giant fire basically by ourselves and had to defend our property, and it got close. I'm not gonna lie, Molly. It got real close.
What, like 30
scary
yards
close.
or something?
Or less in some places. And what it was gonna first run into when it hit our property was a pile of logs next to our beloved sawmill. Would have been not very good.
Yeah.
And the fire department came, but Molly and I literally put out, this is not an exaggeration, a 300-yard line of fire with just rakes. I tried to use the tractor. There were so many roots and stuff out there that every time I tried to drag over it, it wasn't doing any good. Literally put out probably a 300-yard line, just Molly and I, with rakes.
Fun.
And we were on the downwind side, so we were just getting smothered in smoke.
Rough.
Even got my daggum boots all black.
I know, my ankles are bloodied up.
Smell like smoke for a week now.
Yep.
What had happened was they were cutting their yard, no fault of their own. They were cutting their yard, and just like some big pieces of grass, dry dead grass were underneath the lawnmower getting chopped up, and I guess it got kind of caught up in there, and they kept cutting, didn't know it got caught up in there, and it just, I guess, got so much friction or heat or whatever, it caught it on fire and set their entire deck of their lawnmower on fire, and their lawnmower's literally ashes. That's how bad the fire was. It burned it to the ground. Fires are scary, Molly.
Mm-hmm.
We don't live in an area that gets very many fires, but man, fires are scary. I think fires might be scarier than hurricanes. It's the next day, guys, and I wanted to share with you how close this fire got. As you can see right through there, it got within probably, I don't know, 20 yards or so of getting into this tree line. And if it got into this tree line, it was going to end up in our log pile, and then it was going to be all around our sawmill, and Lord knows where it would have gone beyond then. So we're very thankful that we were able to get it put out, because it was a very stressful period yesterday, and I just want to say that we slept very well last night because we were exhausted for the amount of work that we put in getting that fire put out. It was not a fun event, but we're good, and we're gonna get continuing on the build today.
I swear every time with these outdoor projects, we're fighting the weather, and that's another thing that we have to do today because it's supposed to rain in a few hours. So we have to get as much done as possible.
Around 120 inches.
It's like 120 and a half here.
Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be the one to your right, so that's gonna be the one to your right. Yeah.
110.
Get you to set it in place and just push as high as you can. Hit the bottom of that, and then I'm going to screw it in from the inside.
Really? Not like button it up all the way, but I think it's back.
That work?
No.
It is working, but you go in there and put the screw in. Okay. Alright. I wouldn't know how to walk for a while. That ain't going nowhere.
About to say, probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, we kind of been leaving this for one of the, I don't know, last things to do. Yeah, we've been procrastinating a bit. We haven't bolted this thing down at all, so it's probably a good idea to do that before we seal it all up. The only thing that's keeping Molly out here doing this is that she gets to break the panels in half and then beat them into place. Give her the beans.
Your purse.
Molly, we actually beat the rain today.
Wow,
That's a first ever.
that was quick work.
Yep. It's getting to be that time of year. It rains every day. We'll have to get on it. Get on it extra early. That time of year. We beat them today. Well, folks, we braved several natural disasters this week. We had the fire that happened, as well as last night we had a crazy thunderstorm that I thought for sure was going to rip all of these panels off of the wall. But hopefully in next week's video, we'll be able to wrap up the siding on the outside so we can start working on the inside of this container.
It would mean a lot to us if you gave this video a thumbs up. And with that all said, we will see you in the next one.
Peace.